It's Coach Paulina here, and today I have a shoulder mobility routine for you. This routine can also be done as a warm-up or a cool-down. All that you need for class today is a mat and any additional padding that you may need for the knees. We're going to be spending a little bit of time in quadruped position, half kneeling, and tall kneeling. So let's go ahead and get started. Meet me in quadruped. Make sure your shoulders and wrists are stacked. Your hips and knees are stacked as well. We're starting with cat and cow so we can really prime your spine. Dropping into cow first. Bring your belly button down towards the mat. Start to arch through your back. Reach your gaze up towards the ceiling. With a big exhale, round through your spine. Separate your shoulder blades and tuck your chin to your chest. Back into cow. Drop that belly, really pull those shoulders away from your ears. Reach your gaze up. And exhale, round through the spine for cat. Good, one more of each. Nice work. Go ahead and take it to a neutral spine in quadruped position. And now start to breathe through that lower belly. We're going to go ahead and isolate your shoulders. So from here, you're going to protract and push the mat away from you to separate those shoulder blades. And then retract, bring those shoulder blades together and repeat. Big exhale, protract. Big inhale, retract. Trying to isolate just the shoulders. Keep the rest of the body active and with a neutral spine. Exhale, protract. Inhale, retract. Keep those arms straight. One more of each. And recover. Go ahead and send your hips into your heels. Shake out your wrists if you need it. Now that we practice a little bit of push and pull, we're going to go into big circles through your shoulder joint. Arms are straight out in front of you. Create fist in each hand and really add some tension in your arms. So if I were to come over and try to push you in any direction, you would not budge. From here, you're going to elevate or shrug your shoulders, pull them down and away from your ears, and then push them forwards. So visualize creating a big circle towards the backside. Breathing into your lower belly here. Hold on to your tall posture and just move through those shoulders. See if you can really slow it down and control a smooth circle. We're going to go ahead and reverse the direction. Instead of going backwards, we're pulling it forwards. Shrug the shoulders, push them forwards, pull them down and away from the ears. Make sure your arms stay straight throughout your circle and that you're breathing. There we go. Last one. And shake it out. Nice. Next, come up into a tall kneeling position, and we're going to send that right foot in front of you, and we're creating 90 degrees within each leg. Think about kneeling nice and tall, slightly tucking your hips underneath, and squeezing through those glutes. We just want to make sure that your base of support is stable before we start moving the upper body. Go ahead and reach your arms forwards. Once again, arms are nice and straight and stable. From here, your right arm is going to start moving. So we're going to reach your right arm up and overhead. Start to rotate from your mid-back and try to reach as best as you can out to a T towards the back wall. Your gaze can follow. If you get dizzy, you can always return your gaze back to center. From here, we're going to reach back to your start position. Go ahead and let's just do 2 more. I want you to especially focus on keeping your hips square to the front. So notice how I'm not rotating my lower body with me. And if you feel any limited range of motion in this position, you can always stop when your body tells you to stop. So notice how I'm not reaching all the way back. I'm just stopping a little short, but I'm still getting that benefit of really opening up the shoulder joint and rotating from the thoracic area. Go ahead and shake it out. We're just going to switch sides. Make sure your base of support is ready first before you hop into that upper body. Go ahead and get set, and left arm is up. Reach and rotate. Bring it back to center. Listen to your body. So I can already feel that my left arm here is kind of struggling, so I'm going to start to cut my range of motion a little bit short. I'm not going to push it too hard. Nice work. Good. Go ahead and recover. From here, if you need a break from your kneeling position, go ahead and take it. Next, I'm going to face you for this one. So in my tall kneeling position, I'm going to put my toes together. This just feels a little bit more stable. If you feel more stable with your toes apart, that's totally okay too. Next, we're doing big rotations from your shoulder. And like before, I want you to really think about creating a strong base of support and then just isolating the shoulder joint by not moving the rest of your body. We're going to start with your right arm in cross-body position. From here, I want you to think of keeping the palm and this front part of your elbow forwards while straightening out the rest of the arm. At cross-body, you're going to reach up and then overhead. Once you can't reach any further in your overhead position, go ahead and start to rotate from that shoulder joint and really coil and straighten out that arm. Keep rotating until you finish at the end range of motion. You'll know when you're there when the top of your hand is at the glute. All right, from here we're just going to reverse it. So start to lift your arm up. Make sure your arm is straight, palm is facing towards the ceiling, elbow is also straight. Once you can't go any further, go ahead and start to rotate from that shoulder joint. Palm is now facing your midline. Start to return to starting position. Palm, elbow facing forwards. Awesome. We're doing that 2 more times. Big reach. Find your sticking point. Start to rotate. Good. Notice if the rest of your body is moving with the movement. That means you may need to decrease the range of motion to keep the rest of your body neutral. So just like before, try not to push your joints into a position that may be painful or uncomfortable. Just listen to your body. Good, let's do 1 more. Really rotating from that shoulder joint. Nice work. Go ahead and shake it out. We're just going to switch over to that left side. Same idea here. You might start to notice that one shoulder may be a little stronger or has more mobility than the other. For me, it's definitely my left, so I'm already kind of giggling at myself. But take your time. There is no rush with shoulder rotation. Another great visual is thinking about drawing a large circle up and around the body when you're doing these. Big circle. Good, this is your last one. Let's take it home. Good. Go ahead and shake it out. We're going to recover by going into a prone position. So that means you're just going to be lying on your belly. And I'm going to have you position your forehead on top of your mat. Your legs are straight and they're pushing into the ground. So forehead on the mat. And then let's go ahead and bring both arms up and overhead. with your thumbs facing up towards the ceiling. From here, we're going to do lift-offs. So as you're pressing the rest of your body through the ground, we're going to exhale, lift both of the arms to really activate those shoulders, and hold for 3, 2, 1, and recover. We're doing 4 more lift-offs. Ready, and lift for 3, 2, 1, and recover. If you're feeling any sort of discomfort, limit the range of motion. Ready, lift for 3, 2, 1. Keep those arms straight. Ready, lift for 3, 2, 1. Good. I just believe we have one more. Ready, lift for 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Give yourself a moment here to recover. You might feel that in the back of the shoulder, maybe a little bit of lats as well. Lats and shoulders work together in a lot of different exercises. So from that overhead position, you're going to send both of your arms out into this half T position. And you can lie with your cheek on the mat or your forehead on the mat. Typically for this one, I like to have my cheek on the mat because then I can really focus on pulling my shoulders down and away from my ears. From here, you're going to create 2 fists in each hand, and we're going to focus in on external rotation. So, I changed my mind, forehead to mat. From here, with already pulling those shoulders away from the ears, that's your start position, you're going to exhale, press your body through the ground, keep those elbows glued to the ground, lift those fists off the ground. 3, 2, 1, slowly bring them down. Good, we have 4 more to go. Ready? Exhale, lift. For 3, 2, 1, slowly bring it back. Good, make sure these are 90-degree angles. We don't want to be out here. Bend through those elbows. Ready, and lift. For 3, 2, 1, good. Ready, and lift. 3, 2, 1, good. I believe we have one more. Ready, and lift. 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. Woo. Good, you can just set those palms on your mat. Hang out here for just a second. Next, I'm gonna have you flip onto your side. Make sure your shoulders create one straight line across. We don't want one shoulder kind of hanging out in front. So we're stacked. Hips are stacked, knees are also stacked. These are called book openers, and you'll see exactly why. Head can either be elevated or on the mat. For today, I'm gonna choose my head to be a little bit elevated so it's a lot more comfortable, but if the head's hanging out, that's okay too. So we're gonna start with both hands meeting here, just at center. This is your starting position. Your top arm is going to reach up and over towards the other side, and I want your gaze to follow. So you're going to reach actively and bring it back to center. We're just gonna do 3 total on each side, so take your time with these. If you feel like your neck is bothering you, that's when you can set it on the ground as you move through your book opener. Good, so lots of rotation here once again. Good, go ahead and recover. We're gonna switch over onto the other side. I'm just gonna switch directions so I'm facing you the whole time. So a few things with book openers. I'm gonna show you a different variation for your left side, but feel free to do variation 1. So stacking hips, knees, legs are together. And then for variation 2 of the book opener, instead of just opening up like a book, you're gonna reach up and overhead and then come out to a T. Make sure your gaze is following where your arm, where your hand goes. So I don't know if you just noticed, but I was kind of like lagging in my form. I wasn't stacked. So you'll kind of feel a difference with that. You'll find yourself cheating if you're not in a stacked position, because once you get out of the stacked position, you can go into a deeper range of motion. So we don't want to fake it. All right, last one, you're either doing variation 1 or you're trying variation 2. Nice work. Great. From here, go ahead and go into all 4 position, and you're going to hang out in your child's pose. In child's pose, for a shoulder focus, I like to have my forehead on the ground and my hands pushing through the ground while keeping the shoulders packed. I want you to take 5 deep breaths here. This is the finish of your shoulder mobility practice. We went through a lot of different rotations today. Also isolations, moving through the full range of motion for your shoulder. Nice. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and slowly roll up. And that was it. Thank you so much for doing some shoulder mobility with me. I hope you take this routine with you. It's a great opener, and it's an awesome way to get started to get better with shoulder mobility. I'll see you next time.